if you've ever played Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, you know the Anathema mission. Oh yeah, it's the very first real assignment, and for a lot of us, it was a pretty brutal introduction to the world of Agent 47. It feels impossible when you first try it, right? Well, today, we are going to crack this thing wide open.
See, the beauty of this mission, it's not a straight line. Not at all. It's this complex, amazing puzzle box, all set in the gorgeous Villa Borghese. Yeah, your target is Don Giuliani, but how you get to him, that's the real question. And the answer is, well, it's completely up to you. So, what we're going to do here is break down the 3 classic strategies, the main disguises you can use to get into that villa, take out your target, and just vanish, walk away like a ghost. Sound good? Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of each path, let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. Your entire strategy for this mission, everything you do, is basically decided by the very first disguise you grab. Each one isn't just a costume change, it's a key that unlocks a totally different route with its own set of pros and cons. And here they are, your 3 main tickets into the party. You've got the humble postman, the unassuming delivery boy, or if you're feeling a bit more bold, you can become one of the Don's own guards. We're going to start with the man in uniform, the postal uniform. So, path number 1, the postman. This is all about social stealth. It's that classic Hitman fantasy, right? Walking straight through the front door, bold as anything, and using your brain to outsmart everyone. It's about being clever, especially with your gear. This is Hitman at its purest. And this quote gets right to the heart of the problem with this route. You're going to get frisked at the main gate. And well, as the game helpfully reminds you, postmen don't carry guns. So if you're packing heat, your mission's over before it's even started. So what do? The plan is basically a 4-step process. Simple, right? First, we get the disguise. Second, we figure out a way to smuggle our weapons in. Third, we get inside and find our way around. And finally, we eliminate the Don and get out of there. Easy peasy. Okay, now here's where it gets really clever. So first thing, you find the postman. He stops by a tree, you give him a little dose of anesthetic, and boom, his outfit is yours. But the gun problem, right? The solution is just genius. You don't carry it in. Instead, you go find these delivery crates near the van, you stash your guns inside, and you let the guards carry them into the villa for you. How brilliant is that? Then all you do is grab the flowers, stroll up to the main gate, and you are squeaky clean for that frisk. So once you're inside, you hand off the flowers to the maid. While the guard's busy with that, you just slip off to the left and into the kitchen. And guess what's waiting for you? Your smuggled gear, delivered right to you. From there, the real trick is this narrow, unguarded balcony ledge upstairs. You can shimmy right along it straight to the Don's office. It's a perfect, quiet way in. Take him out, grab his key, sneak back out the way you came, pop down to the basement for the last objective, and you are gone. Okay, but what if you're the kind of person who doesn't like being separated from your favorite tools? I get it. Well, that brings us to our second option, the delivery boy. This whole strategy is built around one idea, bypassing that annoying frisk at the main gate completely. But you knew there was going to be a but, right? Of course there is. The side entrance leads you straight into the kitchen, and the chef in there, he's what the game calls an enforcer. That means he knows the real delivery boy, and the second he sees you, he's gonna know you're an imposter. So you've just traded one big problem for a completely different one. So the overall plan looks kinda similar on the surface, but trust me, the details are what matter. Yeah, you get the disguise and you skip the frisk, but now the real puzzle is figuring out how to deal with that new hazard, the super suspicious chef. All right, so here's the play. You find the delivery boy over by his van, take his clothes. The massive advantage here, you can waltz right through that side gate carrying whatever you want, no frisk, no problem. But the chef? Simple. You don't go through the kitchen. The moment you're inside, you hang a right and head straight down into the basement. You bypass him completely. From the safety of the basement, you can sneak up the stairs on the far side of the kitchen, keeping well out of the chef's line of sight. And this path leads to maybe my favorite little detail in the entire level. You end up on another balcony. And this one has, and I love this, a broken OSHA-regulated barrier. Seriously, this beautiful, janky bit of level design lets you sneak along another ledge, and guess where it leads? Yep, straight to the Don's office. Okay, so we've covered 2 ways to get up close and personal. But what if you don't want to get your hands dirty? What if you're more of a long-distance relationship kind of player? Well, that brings us to our third and final path, the guard. And this one's a sniper mission. This approach completely flips the script. Instead of sneaking in to get the kill, your first goal is to find a safe spot to take the shot from way, way back. And the perfect vantage point? It's literally right where you start the mission, up on that hill overlooking the whole estate. So the whole flow of the mission is different here. You get the disguise first, not to sneak around inside, but just to get onto the property without raising alarms. Then you acquire the weapon. Then you take the shot. And only after the target is down do you even think about infiltrating to clean up. And the setup is actually pretty simple. There's a guard who patrols along the side wall of the compound, and eventually he stops to appreciate nature up close. That's your moment. You grab his uniform, and now you can just walk right onto the grounds. Head for the garage, and you'll find a gorgeous R93 sniper rifle just sitting there waiting for you. So you grab the rifle, head back up to your comfy spot on the hill, line up the shot, and take out the Don. Boom, mission's over, right? Easiest kill ever? Not so fast. Now comes the real challenge. You still need the key that's on his body, which means you now have to sneak into a compound that is on high alert to go get it. The easy kill just turned into a super tense recovery op. So there you have it, 3 completely different ways to tackle this mission. Each one has its own vibe, its own rhythm, its own set of puzzles to solve. So the big question is, which one is right for your playstyle? Let's break down the pros and cons side by side. Okay, look at these two. The postman? It's probably the easiest way to just walk right in, but it forces you to get clever and smuggle your gear. On the other hand, the delivery boy lets you bring the whole armory with you, but you've got that one enforcer, the chef, who can completely blow your cover. It's that classic trade-off, right? Access versus anonymity. And then you've got the guard, the sniper approach. It's easily the safest way to actually eliminate the target. You're not even on the property when it happens. But it creates this incredibly risky retrieval mission after the fact. See, none of these is the best way. They're just different tests. One tests your social stealth, one tests your ability to navigate hazards, and one tests your patience and marksmanship. But before we wrap this up, I've got one last expert tip for you, a little secret. When you're up on those rooftops near the Don's office, no matter which path you took to get there, take a look in the nearby trees. There's a hidden car key. If you snag that, you can make a super stylish getaway in the Don's car from the garage. And as a bonus, it's a really easy way to make sure you escape with that sniper rifle, adding it to your collection for good. So that's it. 3 paths to becoming a silent assassin in one of Hitman's most iconic missions. The question is, what kind of assassin are you? Are you going to be the master of subterfuge, the daring infiltrator, or the ghost on the hill? The choice, as it should be, is all yours.